Hello, family. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone is doing okay. Let me see. Let me see what's going on here. Y'all, Diddy have 50 months, which is like 4 years. And we're going to talk about that. And we have a teacher that's out here singing monkey songs to the kids. And then we also have where Tyrese Gibson is supposed to be on the run. Hold on, I got it. It's backwards. Hold on. Let me see if that works for y'all. Let me see if that'll work. It still ain't, hold on. Okay. Let me see if I'm going to do it like this. Do it back like this. Let me get the rotation right, family. Because for some reason. Hold on, let me get the rotation right, family. But anyway, let's talk about it. I'm getting ready to put everybody on the thing. I know it's upside down. I'm gonna fix it in a minute, family. Give me a minute. Because it's doing me vertical. But anyway, let's talk about this teacher that's out here calling people monkeys and carrying on. What's up, Suzanne? What's up? What's up, ST Band? What's up with y'all? Yeah, we're gonna talk about this here teacher. Cause I don't know what was on her mind. Still ain't doing right. Hold on. It still ain't doing right, family. And I'm trying to get it. Maybe I need to turn mine's vertical. But I don't want to turn it like that because then you really can't see what's really going on here. But I'm going to do it like that. See if y'all can see it better like that. But anyway, we have a teacher calling people out here monkeys, and then Diddy, his folks got it to where he has to do at least 50 months. Point blank, period. It's no way out of that. He got to do the 50 months. So, I said 2 years, but evidently I was wrong because Diddy has to do his 50 months. So what's going on? Everybody in the chat, let me get this right here. But did y'all know it was a teacher in Florida who was calling the kids monkeys? And she sung a birthday song, and she thought it was hitting too, family. She was just, happy birthday to you. You look like a monkey. Happy birthday to you. What? Oh, no, we not finna be singing monkey songs. This is what we ain't gonna do. But, so anyway, hold on, family. I'm just gonna do it like this for now. Um, with Diddy. Let me see. Yeah. So Susan, what's going on? She said she knew better. Lisa Lee said she knew better to sing that monkey song. She did. Salute, salute, Liz. Salute, salute to y'all. She knew better to sing that. I don't know what was on her mind. It seems like it seemed like she had been singing that song for a minute. That happy birthday song or whatever. I don't know what was on this lady's mind, but it do seem like she had been singing that song because they asked her, have you sung that song to anybody else? But they won't let her really answer any questions for real. So that says a lot within itself that they won't let her answer the song. So about the song. But anyway, they had asked her. Gabe Owner said, did they? Gabby Owner, did they? I don't know, but we gonna check it out and listen to it though. We gonna check it out and listen to it. But anyway, y'all, Diddy, I just wanted to come on tonight because I do have a lot of things to do this weekend. But Diddy did get those 50 months. I really thought he was gonna get like 2 years with 1 year time served, but it didn't work out like that, family, at all. It didn't. Did anybody expect for those 4 years? Because the prosecution was looking for 11 and they wasn't able to get it. But it looks like the judge went in the middle with it. That's what it's given, that he went in the middle with it. But I kept saying 2 years with 1 year served. Susan. Carl Mitchell. I was expecting 20. Really? Wow. Okay, then. Okay. Keg Dog. It's a common song. This attitude is why blacks fatigue. Well, I can understand what you're saying, and I'm gonna let some people call in after I get through. I do understand what you're saying about the birthday song, about you look like a monkey and things like that. But as we have grown, we know not to say certain birthday songs or certain things. Those songs was, to me, it was made for people of color. And I don't remember ever singing a birthday song ever since I was little and up, and I'm well over 50. I've never had my family sit down at a table and sing that song to me. And I wouldn't dare sing it to my kids because they don't look like monkeys, I wouldn't sing that to anybody. I wouldn't even flip the song to say, you look like a vanilla cone. Happy birthday to you. I wouldn't say that to nobody either. So I can understand what you're saying, but everybody has a right to their own opinion. But can someone in the chat tell me that when their family threw them a birthday party, that whole family got around that table and said, you look like happy birthday to you. You look like a monkey and smell like one too. I'm just asking. I'm just asking because I haven't never done that. So has anyone else? Is me, Lisa Lee said never. Hunter, the man said, boy, what? Bro, what? Uh, okay. Mr. Monkey, salute to y'all all. Salute to y'all all. But anyway, I was just saying that. But anyway, Diddy did I really did feel like he really meant what he said when he was apologizing. He apologized, he did apologize to everyone, that he might have offended and things like that, and Diddy did he was sentenced to the 50 months and he gets that credit time served, which will be about 3 years. And he did say, I've been humbled and broken to my core. He said that with tears in his eyes. And I felt it. I felt it when the people were saying how he was saying it. I really felt that, rather people think that, oh, he wasn't sincere. He wasn't sincere. Man, when you are at the status Diddy has always been at in his young adult years, and then you wind up, in a detention center like that for a year, that can make you change your mind, change your ways, straighten your ways. It give you time to think. Yes, what he did was terrible. Far as putting hands on women and things like that. But I felt that he was sincerely sorry, but of course the judge handed down what he felt Diddy should have. And he basically said that for the punishment, he have to give Diddy the punishment that he feels like Diddy deserves. Tom said he was framed. Yeah. Spicy said, what's up, Spicy? Salute to all of y'all in here. Mr. Monkey, James Smith, Tom Mazar. Just salute to all y'all. It's me, Lisa Lee, 4748. Just salute to all of y'all. Gabby Owners. Salute to all of y'all. Baby Buck 5. Crook County CEO. Salute to all of y'all. If I missed anybody, don't charge it to my heart. Please don't. But salute to all of y'all. But anyway, he just felt like he had to give Diddy what Diddy deserved. And I understand that or whatever. But, I really felt what Diddy said. And also, he was convicted of that flying the people in and out and things like that. But Combs earlier told the court that his actions were disgusting, shameful, and sick. And he apologized to the victims and his children. So he did apologize to Cassie. That place was packed, family on the outside and everything. And they also said that Diddy had scheduled an event and they felt like that was wrong. That's what the prosecutors are saying. They said that he scheduled 7 events as if he was going to get out today. And so the prosecution is saying, oh, well, he's taking all this stuff lightly and he's not really grasping what he did. He's not taking it serious at all because he already scheduled 7 appearances for this month as if he was getting out. Well, Diddy lawyers said that's what they do anyway, that Diddy was just going to have like 7 events scheduled, but they was helping incarcerated people. That's what he was going to be talking at events. Just in case he had a got out, they wanted to make sure he had something to do. That's all. And if he didn't get out, then they cancel him. But they was just booking those just in case he would have something to do and it would keep him occupied and he can keep helping people and then take care of his business for as continuing to get himself some help as well. So that's what they were saying on that, family. So it, they were saying it wasn't like he was taking anything for granted. That's what his lawyers were saying. So let me see what y'all saying too. So as y'all see, the prosecution was just criticizing that Diddy did book some appearances and things like that, but it wasn't what it appeared to be. Now, one of Diddy lawyers was in there crying, family, and they all had some real touching stories. One of his sons said that Diddy is his superhero. His kids broke down. It seems like everybody was breaking down. That was one of his lawyers also told the judge, said, hey, he is a beacon of hope to the Black community because he have helped a lot of people, and so it was just touching. It was real touching. Now, whether people want to believe, what the kids were saying, what the lawyers were saying, they also did a video. The kids put together a video for the judge to see. I was shocked that the judge allowed it, but he did allow them to play like a 5-minute video showing them when they was little, how Diddy interacted with his kids, how he was cooking for his kids, how they just had a great family time and things like that. But I do have to say this, family, if you think about it, just y'all just hear me out. Just hear me out. Y'all don't jump all on me at one time, but just hear me out. I did feel like Diddy did a lot of his dirt outside of that home. Like, I never heard once that any one of the victims or some of the P-Tutions or the escorts or whatever, I never heard them say that they was in the same room or in the same house with Diddy's kids. They always said they was in a hotel somewhere. They was all off going to different cities and countries and hotels, but not at the house. So I just have to give that little ounce of respect that give him that respect that he didn't bring all that mess that he was accused of inside of that home with those kids. That's all I want to say about that. What y'all have to say? That GCA say, thank God Diddy didn't snitch. Spicy said this will the kids a chance to grow without a dad influence. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because these kids really did pull out their heart in court. And they, one of them, Justin Combs, as y'all see him, he said that his dad was his superhero. Point blank, period. And he said now he's seen his dad broken down and stripped of everything. Now, I don't know if he was stripped of everything, because I think Diddy still got some loot in the cut somewhere. I mean, I can imagine he do. I don't know. But he said, I can truly, sincerely say he changed for the better, Justin told the judge. I believe my father still have so much more to give the world, and more importantly, so much more to give his children. So that's what his son said. So Diddy just gonna be sitting in there, I say 3 years, because them 50 months is 4 years and 2 months. And then the judge said he's giving him credit for the year he's already been in there. So it's really 3 years and like 2 months, And Diddy had said once again he wanted to apologize to his 7 children. He turned his face to them and he said all their names, each one of their names, and he said, I'm sorry. They deserve better. Then he turned to his mother Janice and he said sorry to her as well. He apologized to Cassie and Jane Doe, aka 50 Cent baby mama. And he said my actions was disgusting and shameful. We already did that. He said he just got lost up in a lot. And he just lost his, he just got lost in his ego. That's what he told the judge. And he asked the judge to forgive him. He asked the judge, as y'all will see right here, Combs addressed the judge directly by saying, I ask your honor for mercy. I beg your honor for mercy. Prosecutors have said he is not remorseful, and Combs refute that claim. I don't have nobody to blame but myself, he said. I know I have learned my lesson. Diddy, the way that a lot of people was reporting this story, and different people was reporting it at different times, they all had that same feeling of how they were. I have to commend them for that, because they was really trying to express the way Diddy was expressing himself. And what I got from each reporter that I looked at is that it was somewhat sincere. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, he was just saying that because he won't out. He was just saying, I'm going to tell you, that detention center will break you down, And a year of that, yeah. He do want to get out, but I really do think that he has learned somewhat of a lesson. Not saying that he can't furthermore learn and grow and rehabilitate himself. Not saying that at all, but I do think he's almost about halfway there, because he did say, I will never put my hands on nobody again. That's what he said. So let me look at the thing right quick. 3 little birdies said Diddy deserve a milestone. Spicy said, I hope that his mom is still, oh yeah. I hope 3 years, I think his mom will be able to hang in there without being completely stressed out, and I think his kids will be too. His kids just have to roll on the right track and stay on the right track for these 3 years, and do their best as well. Do their best to be even greater than what they are, that will make a difference too, and it'll make it much easier. Spicy, they all said that and come out and do the same thing. You're right. They do all say that and come out and do the same thing. But see, yeah, you're right. And then that's when, because it is a ratio where like over 50% will go back after they've been out, But then again, it's a ratio that they don't never, once they come out, they don't never go back. So, but Diddy do know he's not untouchable. He knows that now for a fact. So, and if he get out and most likely do the same thing, man, it's over with. He know it. It's over with. So, anyway, family, so the judge addressed Diddy, and he just told Diddy that He said that he considered that Combs is a self-made artist and he's been charitable and lifted up the black community and that he has deep ties to his family. He said he realized all of that, but he rejected the defense portrayal of his relationship with Cassie and Jane as intimate and consensual. You abuse these women physically, emotionally, and psychologically, the judge said. He added that both women had trauma that will last for a lifetime. Okay. And he said that the length of the conduct being over a decade also warranted a significant sentence. So he was like, it's not like Diddy was doing these things for a couple of years or whatever. Said that Diddy has a habit of doing this for decades. That's just what he did. So, family, the judge really wasn't buying it. Really wasn't buying it. Nate. What's up, Nate? He's sober right now. So what he says can't be trusted. Okay, I do understand that, Nate. You're right, because he said, Nate, you are right. Diddy said in the courtroom that this is the first time he's been sober in about 20 years. That says a lot in itself, and it might have been more than that, but he's just saying, hey, I haven't been this sober in 20 years. So will he continue that? That takes almost a lifetime of just keep on trying and just, keep your mind focused and things like that. Because they always say that once somebody has been on a lot of substance abuse and alcohol or whatever, and when they come off of it, that's a constant fight every day, because you see people that's drinking. Sometimes you might be around people that's drinking. You most likely have to change your whole atmosphere, because the atmosphere that you used to be in, you're going to fall most likely right back in that same type of atmosphere that got you in trouble in the first place. So he did say that, though, Nate. He said 20 years. He hasn't been this sober in 20 years. So that says a lot. Kendall, what's going on? Moderator in the house. Unserious F69 said, I stopped drinking in a week after years with no help, just with willpower. Exactly. And that's exactly what it takes. That's exactly what it takes. You said the right word. That willpower, man. You have to have some strong willpower. And salute to you. Salute to you. And we send you our loves and hugs to you as well, because that's right. That willpower is what really helps a lot. And that willpower, man, always, it seems like somebody's always trying to put it to the test, or you mess around and run into something that puts it to the test, and you have to have that willpower. So yeah, I'm with you on that right there. But anyway, this sentence is meant to send a signal to the public, the judge said. It's a message to abusers and victims alike. When victims come forward about crimes of abuse, they should trust that sharing their story can lead to concrete actions, he said. And for abusers, it should serve as a deterrent. So he said he's just sending a message that this won't be tolerated, So, all right then. But that's basically what he was saying. So yeah. So he got those 4 years. And like I said, he did say that he needed the help and he's getting the help and all that stuff. But like y'all say, people do say that when they're in there, and then when they get out, they do a whole nother thing. So I don't I I don't know. But what we do know is the judge said he just have to give Diddy them 4 years. And so he only gonna do 3 in a couple of months. So I think Diddy still got off light, because if you look at it, each charge was 10 years. And he had those 2 charges, so that would have been 20 years. The prosecution was asking for 11 of them. So it's like the judge went in the middle and said, okay, he'll get 4 years with 1 year credited, and will make him have 3 years. So he really got off light. So if he get out and mess it up, that's him. That's him. That's him. If he get out and mess it up, that's him. What y'all got to say? Plus 5 years probation and 50K. Yeah, because he do got to pay $500,000. And a lot of people say, what was that $500,000 for that the judge fined him for? Well, we don't know. And they probably, the feds will probably use that money, or they probably will put it towards other abuse victims or programs and things like that. You just never know. But they did do that. So, and that probation, Diddy gonna have to walk a straight line when he get up out of there. And if he mess up one time, it's gonna be over with. It's gonna be over with. That's how I look at it. Let me go to this. And like I said, I do feel like I've heard these type of songs before, but my thing is, it's just not appropriate in this day and age. And I don't know how many people that sung this here song, grown ups singing this song to kids. Now, maybe kids have ran around and singing this song to each other, 5 and 6 and 7-year-olds or whatever. Maybe they have ran around and sung this song to each other. But I'm talking about how many of y'all had grown ups at y'all birthday party sing this old song to y'all. I just ain't never. Just Try said they denied $50 million for $500K. Yeah, that's because I don't think it was about the money. I really don't. This case here with the feds going after Diddy, it wasn't about the money. It was about getting him. It was about getting his butt. They ain't care really nothing about that. $50 million, $100 million. Now, dog, we don't want your money. You stay right on up in here. That's exactly what it was given. That's exactly what they was given. Yep. So, but anyway, y'all will see. Mother says that teacher sings a terrible song, birthday song, to her 6-year-old son. She said he's going to be traumatized. Now, I think that's going a little bit too far. I don't think that he's going to be traumatized, but I do think he will, he'll remember it for a minute, but I don't think it would ruin his life once you mother and you sit down, you talk to him. Maybe he might have to have counseling or something like that. But a lot of us kids have been called worse, and we okay. We okay. So, I do think that the teacher should be reprimanded, something like that. Nancy Wilson said, I have never heard that birthday song. Well, one of the other guys that was in here, they said that they heard, he said that, they sing that song all the time. That's what's wrong with the black people. They always taking stuff so sensitive or something like that, he was saying. But the thing is, and I told him I understand where he coming from too, because I am an even person. You know, I try to look at both sides, you know, and I want to hear both sides. But my thing is, like I asked him about 30 minutes ago, I was like, have y'all ever had y'all parents throw y'all a birthday party and everybody at the table sing happy birthday to you? You look like a monkey too. You smell like a monkey and all that. Nah, I ain't never had it. I ain't never had it. So, but anyway, Spicy said fired. Spicy said fired. And y'all see it says that the Florida mom is furious after teacher sings offensive version of a happy birthday song. Okay. And it was it was something. But I'm gonna let y'all hear it and see it in a minute. But so the mother is upset about it, and she said that the teacher should be, you know, fired or whatever like that. So let me let y'all first we're gonna hear how she did it. This how she did it. And y'all just have to listen real closely here. Hold on. Here it goes. All right, here we go. Would you like the funny song now that I sing to you? Okay, go like this. Happy birthday to you. You live in the zoo. You look like a monkey and you smell like one, two. Woo! High five, everybody. Happy birthday, legend. Then she told them kids to clap. Then she, you know what, family? Then she told them kids to clap. Yeah, she said, yeah, clap. Yeah, clap. Say, would you like to hear my version of the funny birthday song? He was like, yeah. And she came out with that, family. What? Now, I don't know what was on this lady's mind. I can't say what was on her mind. But what I can say is this was wrong. This was just too wrong. She shouldn't have sung that song to that baby. No. And the mother is not feeling it either. I'm sorry. So y'all heard her. She didn't even let him get a smiley. You know what? Who was that? Red Bonnie, what's up? So she didn't even let him get completely normal version. Joel D just said, you said it's a completely normal version. I understand, but I just yeah, that's why I said, like, okay, I don't want anybody to think that I didn't say that this song didn't exist. What I'm saying is most of the time it's kids that sing that to other kids, like in class or in the lunchroom or outside when they playing. I'm saying I've never heard a bunch of grown-ups singing that song to kids. And I guess I just been around respectable grown-ups who really respected children enough and respected children's feelings enough not to sing anything like that. And to anybody else, like I said, I wouldn't say, you look like a vanilla cone and you smell like one too. I just wouldn't. But I'm just trying to figure out grown-ups singing this song to kids, especially in a classroom. A classroom is kind of off limits with singing monkey songs, especially when you know how the world is today. If you say one wrong thing, it lights up a storm. The world is sensitive today. It's a lot of things you can't say. Hell, we get on YouTube, we can't even say certain words. We have to say, oh, he was deleted instead of saying what it really is. You know? So you just have to understand that too as well. So I just feel like this. That was a trifling song. It was a degrading song to sing to a child right there. And if you look at it, the little kid is one black kid in the back. He never did laugh. He never did clap or nothing. None of that, you know? So you could tell that the one that she was singing to kind of looked around and then they laughed. You seen some of the white kids snicker because they thought it was funny. It was supposed to have been meant to be funny, but I feel like this. Don't make me the butt of your joke. Now, somebody tell me this. Do y'all think when this lady kids have a birthday, she's singing that song to them? I'll wait. See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people want to pick and choose. Oh, they say that all the time. Okay. Is that person who's singing it, are they singing it to their kids? Or they're singing it to their loved ones? I'll wait. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? See, let's talk real here, because what we not going to do is act like that birthday song is just slamming and banging and on and popping around in the classroom. It's not. It's not. That was a dumpster trash song. I'm sorry. And evidently the kids thought it was too, because they wasn't, that one in the back didn't clap. When she said, clap everybody, she had to tell the kids to clap. So it seemed like the kids got a little bit more sense than teacher, because they really didn't want to clap. Now they laughed at that monkey. You know what I'm saying? He looked shocked. The one in the back looked shocked. Yeah. So, but anyway, this is what his mother said about the situation. She said she just wasn't feeling it. Point blank period.
That's unacceptable. And I don't think nothing's funny about it. Right there says there's a history of black people being described that way, which makes it extremely upsetting. My skin is boiling. I don't even like racism, and to know where we come from and our ancestors, and for us to be labeled like that, because when they call us monkey, they basically saying that we're ugly, we act like a monkey, and all this and that. I don't like that at all. Polk County Public Schools district staff and the HR department are reviewing this. I followed up with additional questions, like, is this the first time this teacher has sung this song to students?
Exactly.
I also asked,
Exactly. You heard what that reporter said? She did. She said she went up to the school. Only thing she wanted to know is this a common practice? Now, if you singing it to everybody, like, can all these kids in this class say they get their same happy birthday monkey song every time it's their birthday? Or does that song be sung only when it's somebody of color's birthday? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all. I'm just saying, we just trying not to hurt no kids' feelings. You know, yeah, it's an old song for decades and decades. But what I'm saying is, right, we just try not to hurt our kids' feelings right now. And the world is so sensitive. You can't really call nobody certain names that we used to call back in the day. They'll counsel you for it. They'll cancel you quick for it. You know? So that's all I'm saying. Let me see what y'all saying too. Am I missing what some of y'all saying? Clay G Beats. What's going on, Clay G Beats? He said it's gonna the kids in the class never heard the song. Yeah, it is given. It's given that the kids in the class haven't never heard that song, because they was sitting up there putting their hand over their mouth And they was laughing, and it is she said, yeah, I want to hear a funny song, but yeah, I just don't want to be the butt of the joke. You know what I'm saying? Now, if the kid had to turn around and say, oh, Miss Such and Such, you look like a monkey too, and smell like one, and like you live in the zoo, she'd have wanted to suspend the boy. Point blank, period. If he'd have turned around and said the same thing, then everybody would have said the little boy is disrespectful. Everybody would have said he's disrespectful. I'm telling you, that's how it would have went. Yep. But so that's what the mother said. She just the mother said she wasn't feeling it. Point blank, period. Now, Tyrese, check it out, family.
He was so loving.
Tyrese done messed around there, and he got some vicious dogs. Okay, and his dogs done mess around there, and have deleted this little beautiful little puppy here. Now, Tyrese is on the run. They say they're looking for Tyrese. Now, Tyrese Gibson has 4 dogs that they said has been a problem for years, and that his dogs go around terrorizing people, and that he has been to court for them. He have, the judge and stuff has told him prior that, hey, you need to chain up your dog. The city told him you need to chain up your dogs because your dogs are running people in the house. Some of the neighbors said that Tyrese Gibson dogs be coming to their door and be trying to get in their door because they so vicious. They and like if they see their pets out there, they have to grab their pets right quick and run in the house. They just said they've been having problems for years, but for some reason, Tyrese can't get a hold on them. So one particular day, this is about a year ago, that his dogs deleted this puppy. Well, here last week, Tyrese was supposed to turn in those dogs to the city, and he didn't. He left. They can't find Tyrese. They can't find the dogs. And one of the deputies said that Tyrese put on his Instagram that he's in Dubai. Some people say he's in Florida. Some people say he's in Dubai. But the point is, he has ran and fled. He won't give up his dogs, and he has left as well. So this is the news story about that. And check this out.
He was a big kisser. Like, he would not stop kissing me for like 20 minutes every time I got home. And we were inseparable.
Harrison Parker says his King Charles Cavalier Spaniel, Henry, was the best dog anyone could ask for. Parker says on September 18th, he led Henry outside the front yard of their Buckhead home on Woodhaven Road like he had for years. He says Henry was well trained and never left the yard. But after he didn't come back for a few minutes, he went outside to check on him and found the little dog dead in the driveway. He rushed him to a pet hospital, but it was too late.
He apparently died very quickly. From internal bleeding. He was crushed. I mean, the doctors were like shocked, like he had multiple ribs broken. I mean, it was horrible. Like, I really hope his suffering was quick.
Police say Henry had been mauled by 4 large cane corsos. Those same 4 dogs were captured on a neighbor's security camera across the street. The neighbor called Fulton County Animal Control about an hour after Henry was killed because she didn't feel safe with them pawing at her front door. Fulton County Police say the dogs belong to Fast and Furious star Tyrese Gibson, who lives just around the corner on Tuxedo Court.
There have been multiple calls of incidents of these dogs escaping over the past couple of months.
Captain Nicole Dwyer with the Fulton County Police Department says records show Gibson's cane corsos got out at least 3 times this month prior to the mauling. Animal control officers tried to cite Gibson for the violations, but he wasn't home when they stopped by. Parker is furious that Gibson didn't do something then to keep his dogs on his property.
He didn't care. I mean,
What a jerk. He's just letting these dogs run around, whatever.
Captain Dwyer says she called Gibson after Henry was killed and explained he needed to surrender the dogs, but he refused. So they got a search warrant for his home and an arrest warrant for Gibson for animal cruelty, which they executed on September 19th.
He was not at the residence, and neither were the dogs. They had already been removed. So at this point, he is wanted for cruelty to animals, and we're asking him to turn himself in and turn the dogs over to animal control.
Dwyer says they've given Gibson a week to do the right thing.
We had spoke to his attorney that he was possibly going to turn himself in by last Friday, but that did not occur. And now we see on his Instagram as of Saturday that he's posting that he's going on a mental health journey and he'll be in Dubai until November.
She's worried if they don't get the dogs soon,
they'll get out again, kill another animal, or heaven forbid a child or someone just walking.
Parker wants justice for his best friend, no matter how famous the suspect is.
He didn't do something about it. He didn't take it seriously.
Well, Tyrese said that he in Dubai, or he headed to Dubai. He said he got to do a mental journey. So ain't no sister, nobody looking for his dogs. Ain't no sister them looking for him. But they did put out a warrant for him. So he does have a warrant for his arrest. Don't know if he took the dogs to Dubai with him or to Florida with him. He's given two different statements, and people are giving two different statements of where Tyrese Gibson is. Tyrese most likely ain't gonna tell nobody where he is, but those are the two places where he keeps saying he is, Dubai or Florida. But they're not getting the kid, the dogs, point blank period. Okay. Now these dogs, they do have them on body cam where they were running up on people in their yard. As y'all seen it, you can rewind it back. You can see his dogs on ring cams. They on ring cams trying to get in people's house, roaming on people's porches, roaming on people's yards and things like that. But this man here said that after his dog didn't come back, he went out there and his dog was dead. And he's saying that Tyrese Gibson dogs did it. Now, is it a ring cam catching that incident? I don't know. You know, he didn't say anything about that. But there is door cam catching them doing other things. Reason why they had Tyrese in court years ago about these dogs. Okay. But my thing is, you know, you love your dogs enough to hide them and for you to go on the run from a warrant. You love them enough to do that, but you didn't love them enough to keep them secured where they can't get out the house. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing about it. And make it make sense. Because if you love your pets and animals enough that you're going to hide them, you're going to run from a warrant, then you should have loved them enough that when that city was on you years ago about your dogs, to secure them and make sure they stay on their own property, or either get them properly trained to where they stay on their own property and not a danger to the public. Because not only did they say that they was running after animals and deleting animals, that they also was running after the people in the neighborhood, and they would have to run in the house right quick when they see them trotting down that road coming towards them. You know, so I just feel like as a dog owner, it's your responsibility, because I have one, and he is something. He is something now. He is something now. You come too close to them, to my fence and all that. Oh no, he going. He act a fool before the surveillance cameras around the house do. So you have to maintain them, you know, and make sure that they know their boundaries, and their property is their boundary. You know, you leave the gate open, they know not to get in that road. They know that's not their boundary unless you walking them or something. That's all I'm saying. So what y'all saying? Rocksteady, salute. Gloria, salute. Lovetta Carter, Clay G. Beats, I said salute to you. Kendall Ara, moderator in the house. King Grayson, salute. What else? Y'all saying? Y'all still on the birthday thing? He found another home for his dogs. Yeah, Susan, I think he did too. I think he found another home for him, or he took him to, somewhere else, probably, that he felt like they'll be safe. But, the authorities have got a warrant out on him now. So even if he found him another home, once they get Tyrese and arrest him, because he has the warrant out now, he's going to have to give up them dogs. And if he put his own dogs down, he's going to have to show proof of that too. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You just have to wait and see. And even if he gave them to someone else or he got them somewhere hid, he has to turn them over to the authorities. And he most likely won't do that until he get arrested, So I don't know how Tyrese gonna do that. But my thing is, only thing he had to do at first was turn over the dogs. He refused to do that, and now he has a warrant on top of his head. Then when they went to his house, that's when they realized Tyrese and the dog has fled. So he's putting more charges on top of his head that's unnecessary. That's all I'm saying. It's unnecessary, and it's a lot of people that, he's putting all that on top of his head because he don't want to hold accountability. That's basically what it's looking like, point blank period. So that was it on that. And let me let y'all see this. Did y'all know as well? Did y'all know too? Now, after I talk about that Tyrese story, but did y'all also know that they arrested 120 truck drivers that was illegal, 18-wheelers, and they said that they got fake driver's license, well, CDLs, and all that stuff. And check this story out.
Commercial drivers who don't speak English, can't read road signs, don't sleep, and undercut U.S. driver wages by some 70%. That's a conclusion by the feds, came after this Florida crash in August, prompted a deep dive into actually who's driving America's 18-wheelers. According to Secretary Sean Duffy, sanctuary states like California and New York and some red states are giving Biden-era asylum seekers commercial licenses.
The process for issuing these licenses is absolutely 100% broken. It has become a threat to public safety, and it is a national emergency.
Duffy highlighted crashes across the country like this 17-car pileup in Texas in March, 5 dead, including an infant. The driver, an asylum seeker from Eritrea who spoke Ethiopian, now indicted for manslaughter. And in New Mexico, this big rig makes no attempt to stop, killing one, injuring another. The driver, according to court records, only spoke Mandarin.
Our highways are full of what we believe to be hundreds of thousands of improperly licensed commercial truck drivers, a lot of them being illegal immigrants.
Last Friday, Duffy ordered states to stop issuing CDLs to any non-U.S. citizen or lawful resident. He estimates 190,000 non-domiciled truck drivers should lose their license. An audit found California issued 25% of its CDLs illegally to immigrants. Now, in Oklahoma, a highway checkpoint found 20% of truck drivers were illegal immigrants. Some licenses had no first or middle name.
The vast majority of those people and crossed the southern border into the United States between 2020 and 2024. And all of them had crossed on the southern border.
So states began issuing non-domiciled CDLs in 2020.
So all of them had fake license, family. They had fake license. The 120 that they arrested, they all had fake license, fake CDLs. How they was getting them, do not know. But they got them, point blank, period. And that was in Oklahoma. That was in Oklahoma, and that's the governor. And he said that they did some type of sweep, and they found out that these here immigrants had fake license, fake social security cards, and all that stuff, but they was driving on the road. So they arrested 120 of them this week. Wow, on the interstate. So I'm gonna let y'all hear that. Let me hear what y'all say. That's why I say be careful on the roads, because when they say they busted 120 illegal immigrants in a highway crackdown, that was real messed up. That was real messed up, because I was like, we had just talked about that, about people driving with CDLs, and they not even supposed to be here anyway. So check out what he said, the governor was saying about these CDLs that they busted the 120 illegal immigrants. This is what he said.
My head of highway patrol called me and was we were talking about this operation. And to us, it's pretty simple. We're just going to enforce the law. And so drive on roads in Oklahoma, you've got to be able to read and understand English, especially the people driving 18-wheelers. So when he told me that he pulled over 520 vehicles at one of our checkpoints as an operation, and over close to 25% of these drivers were illegally driving. They were from China, Russia, Venezuela. It is unbelievable. And these aren't people that are here legally with a legal CDL. They had overstayed their visa. They had illegally obtained this CDL, and they're just violating the intent of the law and the absolute law. The one person that we posted on from New York had literally been detained at the southern border, crossing illegal in 2023, and then was just released. It was a catch and release type deal, and they showed up in New York and got their CDL license. And you saw that. It's had no given name. And I'm not trying to call anybody out. I think the American people need to understand this is a problem, and we have to be a law and order state and a law and order country. Well, that's what's, if you'll read the New York Post today, Richard Barth, who worked and was part of the policy that created the Real ID, and it's very clear, you've got to give your full name, you need multiple, documents that show either a social security number, a passport, maybe utility bill. So that's what's a head scratcher to us, but these are real problems, and I can give you other examples of some human trafficking.
Now, if y'all see, this is the license that they be using, and this is what they pull out. Most of them had their CDL fake license from the state of New York. As y'all see, it says commercial driver's license at the top. They also have the star on it, as y'all see on the upper right-hand corner. They have the star on it, and then when it have name, it says no name given. No name given. And then it just have only when it expires and when it was issued. That's it. And they get these, they say they just get them like clockwork. They just pay for them, and then they get the commercial license, and then they drive. Well, they busted 120 of them this week, and those are the type of license that they have in their pockets. It don't have any name on it. They don't have to give their name or nothing. All that stuff is blank. And if they do give a name, it's a fake name. But it have no name given. So how you get a license with no name given. That's so scary and alarming in itself. And it's a tragic risk to all American citizens who driving on the highways, just traveling to work, just traveling in your car, period, with your family. So once again, family, just be careful on the roads. I just wanted to bring this up because everybody travels, whether you're in the car with somebody or you in an Uber or if you just on the road, period. Be careful and watch out for these 18-wheelers because they said it's thousands and thousands still left out here on the road driving throughout the United States with this type of license, and they're illegal. And one man, he turned around right in the middle of the highway. I'm going to show y'all this truck driver here. This one right here, you can see him looking back. What he did was made a U-turn, slap dead in the middle of the highway, and caused an accident, and somebody fell to their demise. Okay? But he was driving an 18-wheeler and hurt somebody. And you can see the cars crushed, but those are the type of license that they're getting. But that's him. He did a U-turn, slap dead in the middle of the highway. And it was like it's all good, too. And ICE also said that they're going to be at the Super Bowl. So they was telling people that they're giving them heads up, like, we giving y'all a warning. If you ain't got your paperwork in order, don't even try to come to the Super Bowl because you're going to have a conversation with ICE and most likely their handcuffs as well. So they said they will be at the Super Bowl. So I had to tell y'all that too. Now, did y'all know, one more thing I want to say, and then I'm going to let y'all, if anybody want to call in and talk about any subject, because I see a lot of people got a lot of things to say in the comment section about this birthday song. So I really hope that these same people that is talking in the comment section and want to debate about that birthday song, that they really will call in and have a conversation with Cafe about this birthday song and explain to us the conversation. So I did see that it was a lot of people in this comment section that I'm really hoping now, come on now, don't let me down. Don't let me down. Now, because I'm like this. I'm running my mouth about it. I would like to hear someone else's perspective about it as well. And I see that the chat is saying a lot about the birthday song, about this here monkey birthday song. So let's have a conversation in a few minutes, and hopefully the people will call in and express their point of view about it. Now, I just want to say this here about this Dr. Roberts, because we talked about him the other day, about the illegal immigrant who tricked the school system of Iowa, and he was a superintendent. Well, they said that he also was a principal in Baltimore. And when he was a principal at Baltimore, now a lot more stuff is coming out. We said he was a slickster family. They said he was a principal, and what he did was he used to have the teachers change F grades to A grades so that it would make it look like his school is doing very, very well. Damn the education. We ain't worried about that. I just need to make my school look good so I could get more money. Now, whether they learning something or not, we don't care nothing about that. We want y'all to change their grades and make sure that their grades look like it's an A. And if you don't, then you're going to be in trouble. I'm going to mess around and fire you. That's what they said Mr. Roberts was doing over there in Baltimore in 2008, 2009, all the way until he left. He started getting in trouble about it, and he jetted, and that's how he wound up over there in Iowa. Now, He also told people that he graduated from the University of Morgan State University. Well, this university said, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't even finish completing that program. So he did not graduate from here. So he told y'all a tale. No, he did not. Okay, so that was another tale he told. But this is the school in Baltimore that he was working for. And that was back, this is before Iowa, okay? So he already had a shiesty background in Baltimore for changing kids' grades and making the teachers change these kids' grades. And so that's when he got in trouble there. And right when they opened up an investigation in Baltimore about this happening, he dipped and he wound up over there in Iowa. And then he became a superintendent over there. So yeah, I remember when I said, when we did the last video, I said, well, I want to know, was he doing a good job as a superintendent? And we looked at what the school district was doing, and they was going downhill up under him. So anyway, y'all will see it says that Mr. Roberts accused in grade changing scandal in Baltimore. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He was changing grades. He was changing grades in this Baltimore school right here. He wasn't worth a nickel. He wasn't worth a nickel then. And this is when they had filed a complaint against him. And now it's one teacher right here that put out a lawsuit against him and told on him as well. And you will see that that's the plaintiff. It was a teacher that worked with him in Baltimore. And Mr. Roberts fired this teacher because this teacher would not do what he wanted him to do, which is change the grades from bad to good. And y'all will see that the plaintiff worked for Baltimore City Public School System during the school year 2008 and 2009 as a computer technology teacher at the Friendship Academy School, Science and Technology. And he said that during that time, Mr. Roberts, the principal, demanded teachers change grades without reason. So that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. And then it says that during the school year, Mr. Roberts had the students' grades changed. And that he didn't care if they was up to standards or not. What he said is he wanted his district or his school to look good, and those teachers better do it or they get fired. And as y'all see, it says Dr. Rogers' actions were meant to make failing schools appear successful. Yeah, so that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. And he changed over 12,542 grades. Yeah. So that's what he did. He changed those grades. All those grades down there, he changed them to 12,542 students. So those are how many students he changed their grades to make their grades look like it was good the whole time he was a principal. Yeah. So that's messed up. So I don't know how Iowa didn't do a background. Maybe they did and it just didn't pop up. But he was already in trouble in Baltimore for changing grades. And right when they started investigating him, he dipped. And that's when he wound up in Iowa. So, I don't know. That's what they're saying now. So, you know, like I said, that's what they're saying, family. So right now, I'm gonna open up the lines and y'all call in. Tell me what you want to talk about. or whatever like that. And I want to give a shout out to Darlene Chestnut as well, because she sent in a donation in our last video. Thank you so much for your generosity. Darlene Chestnut, your generosity is greatly, greatly appreciated. And y'all can call in, and our number is 678-439-4517. You call in and talk about any topic. Yeah, that's a big grade curve, Bad Bunny. From an F to an A, he wanted to make sure. He wanted to make sure his school was on point. Cafe, how you doing?
Hey, Lady Cafe, how you doing, baby? This is Sue Garrow.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
That's good. That's good.
Yes. I'm calling about that monkey song. My dad used to sing that to us, actually. I thought I was a monkey because every time I looked in the mirror, he'd say, look at that monkey in the mirror. Look at that monkey in the mirror. So I thought I was a monkey.
You almost made me choke.
And I'm a redhead, green-eyed white girl.
You almost made me choke. Oh, okay.
I mean, whenever we go into a store and I saw a mirror, I was like, Daddy, show me the monkey in the mirror. And that's the truth. That's the honest to God's truth.
Okay. So
and he used to sing that song to me. I don't remember him saying you smell like one too, but it was you live in a zoo. Okay. And actually, I think he might have even sang it to my two oldest children before he died.
Oh, really? Okay. And
I always told my babies they were little monkeys, and I always did that thing. Look in the mirror at that little monkey. Matter of fact, my 4-year-old grandson, we call him Monkey still.
Okay.
Okay.
I
mean, it's, now, if she wasn't singing that to the other kids, that's a different story.
Right. I got you. That's
why I said, I don't know if she was singing it to the other kids or not. So I had nothing to come back with on that. But if she wasn't singing it to the other kids, that's a different story.
Right. But I do appreciate you at least saying, hey, look, that I've had my parent to sing that to us, and he sung it all the time to us, and wasn't
he did.
Y'all didn't think anything of it, at the time.
Right. That was one of Mexican Harry's favorite songs to sing to the kids on their birthday. So yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm sure glad that you said that, and like I said, I like to hear both perspectives, because I know that the world is so sensitive right now, and
that's understandable too.
How they got that like that, I do not know, because we were some tough cookies back in the day.
You know it, honey.
Right.
You know it.
But nowadays, you can't say this and you can't say that, and it's a lot of censorship, or we gonna blackball you, or we're gonna cancel you, or something, because back in the day we used to call people certain things, and then they say, no, you can't do that. If you do that, right? So it's like it's a touchy thing.
Yeah, well, that's like my son when he was in high school. A teacher overheard him calling one of his friends the N-word. Well, right away he gets my son in trouble, because he thinks that he's talking to a black boy.
Right.
Well, he wasn't.
Right.
Even though one of his best friends lived right across the street was a black boy. But he was talking to one of his white friends, and he called him that.
Right.
He was brought up that word meant ignorant person.
Right.
And somehow or other, the language of people, everything changes.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you did call in, and you gave us that your perspective, and that that it was used in your household as well. And but then you have some people, like such as that young little boy's mother, that she felt some type of way with
Right.
it being, and then you have to look at it. I guess if it's coming from the same color of skin, then it doesn't feel as hurtful. Then when it
Right.
comes from another skin, telling another different color person, calling them a monkey. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. So I think that was the sensitive hit right there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was it, because I think if my little cousins, or even my parents, and none of them ever sung that song, but if they did, I guess coming from them, I wouldn't have felt like they don't love me.
Right.
But
right.
coming
exactly.
from someone
but
else,
if the song, like I said, she never sang it to another child in that class, but only to that child. And that's a beautiful little boy.
Right.
I mean, if he was the only one she ever sang that song to, then and that is just totally unacceptable.
Right.
That is totally unacceptable.
And they did ask that question, and then she avoided answering that question. So,
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, that says something right there too.
Yeah. Because if you listen to that news clip I played, the reporters and the parent said they just wanted to ask her, does she sing this all the time to birthday kids, or did this was her first time just doing it to this one?
Okay.
She didn't answer. No, they don't want to do no comment.
That alone says it.
Yeah, they don't want to do any comment about it. I mean, I would have been quick to say, shoot, I sing it to all of them. Ain't nobody else complained about it, but
That's right. Ask the other kids.
Right, but she didn't. She don't want to answer that question. So
that alone says it right there.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and we're sending love and hugs to you just for calling in.
And love and hugs to you too, my dear.
Thank you
really
so
enjoy
much.
Your programs.
I appreciate your support so much. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Anybody else want to call in? Knowledge family. Anybody else? Every knee will bow. Call in. Yeah. I know that y'all more comfortable in the chat, though. I can understand that. What's up, Clay GB says, has anyone heard the other one? Sometimes they call us porch monkeys. Anyone heard this one? No, I have not heard. Well, see, the thing about me, I guess, because I was transferred to the South, okay, through my job. So I was transferred to the South, and I love here on the Gulf Coast, and I've been here for decades, okay? My family roots are Alabama and Georgia. That's how come our base is Georgia, Atlanta. That's why the number starts with 678, okay? We all are based out of Georgia, okay? The ATL. So, but I was born and raised in New York City. So we didn't hear a lot of the porch monkeys or the monkey songs and things like that, okay? And even when I got to the South, I didn't hear it. My grandmother and them just didn't do it, So I don't know, and it's, some people say it's a thing, just like how we used to sing hopscotch songs and double dutch songs and things like that. So, but now, Clay G Beats, I've never heard of the porch monkey song. You want to call in and tell us about it? Because no, I didn't know anything about that. No, and maybe someone else in the chat say, yeah, they have. But anybody want to call in? The number is once again 678-439-4517. Anybody want to say anything about Diddy and his 4.5 years? Well, 4 and 2 months. Anybody want to talk about Tyrese can't handle his dogs and he's on the run? And anybody want to talk about them 120 illegal truck drivers? Cafe.
Hey, Cafe.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going all right. Clay G Beats in the house.
Yeah. You know how to come in and weigh in because I think me and you had a wager a little while back on Diddy's sentencing.
Yeah, we did, and I did say the 2 years and 1 year credit, and then he would just have to do 1 year. But I was wrong on that one.
Yeah, and I forgot my answer.
Yours was 3. Yours was 3 years because I kept saying, "You think it would be that long?" And you said, "Yeah." So yours was so you was closer. You was closer.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I got that one. So do I get like a free Cafe T-shirt or something like
that? Yeah, we can talk to the team and try to see if we do that because we did talk about that.
Okay.
And then Kendall R said, "Shout out to Clay G Beats."
Hey there, Kendall. What's up?
Yes.
Other thing. So the Porch Monkey, it wasn't really a song, but when I was born in Germany, so I never did hear none of this at first, until I came to the South, and then everybody started, blurting out stuff. So I hear the birthday song. I've heard that before, and then all of a sudden, some of the people who were not the same race as I am, they would take jabs at you and call you Porch Monkey.
No, really?
Yeah, they can be real cruel, or horse's ass. Excuse my language, but they'll call us that around here. Some of the older people like in their 70s, late 70s and stuff, they use those old.
Right. So when you came from Germany and then you came to the South and then you heard that Porch Monkey, what was your reaction? Like, because you didn't know what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Like, Like, can you remember, was it in your it was when you like first came here and then you heard that word and did you get upset about it or what'd you do?
Yeah, it was like around the right around the 6th grade.
Really?
Right around the 6th grade, we got back here and we started attending a predominantly white school, basically.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But in Germany, I attended predominantly white schools, on a military basis,
Right, but you never heard that word, though.
Never heard that word or the N word, so I came to the South. Never really heard.
Wow.
The only time I heard it, I played saxophone. I was in class one day, and this guy behind me playing trumpet, he blurts out the N word,
Mm-hmm.
And so, being that I'd never heard that before, and the only time I heard it before was on Roots.
Okay.
The old, the traditional Roots movie where they had Toby and Kuta Kinte.
Right.
So I'm like, no, I know I didn't want to come back to the South, because we're getting all this kind of stuff. Throwing spitballs in your head in class, throwing salt in your hair. And so you go down the hallway with a head full of little white darts in your head, So,
I didn't mean to laugh. I'm so sorry. That is it's not right to laugh. I am so sorry.
If you look at the whole totality of this, because it's been going on for decades, and I still see it going on now. People can say, "Yeah, I call him the N word. I call her the N word. I call that one the monkey. I call this one,
Right.
And you try to throw it all in one blanket, and it's not the case when you zoom out and say, "Okay,
right."
No?
I got you. And I was laughing. You sometimes you have to laugh to keep from being mad and keep from crying. You know what I'm saying? Because things like that it hurts. And I know by you being older now, you can remember that. And that's what we're saying, that that kid will most likely remember that birthday song. You see what I'm saying? He'll be about 40 or 50 years old, and he's going to say the same thing. I remember when I was in class and this happened. You know what I'm saying? But it's something that I guess we live with, and then we try to hope that people correct themselves and get better.
Right, right. So the school officials there, again, like you was talking about with the young lady that just got off the phone, I'm sure the school officials were asking the students in that classroom, hey, little Johnny, when was your birthday? Oh, it was last week. Or did they sing the same funny song at your birthday last week? That's going to be your answer.
Right.
But to what I'm hearing right there is when they say, y'all want to hear the funny song, if she had sung that song before, a couple of them would have joined in with her. You know that, right?
That's true.
They would have joined in with her and not wait for the punchline.
That's true. That's true. Now that says a lot right there. Because if that song was being sung all the time, just like they joined in with the regular happy birthday song, they would have joined in with that one as well. So evidently they not used to hearing it either, because they didn't know. Well, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Now if the teacher sings it again next week to another student, a couple of them going to join in.
Right.
If she sings it to them next week, a couple of them join in. So they hadn't heard that one before. That was her punchline.
Right. 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 Wow. Wow. Great point. Great point.
Thank you.
Great point. I you know what? That really makes you think, because you're right. When she sung that song, the kids didn't even know. They was looking, they didn't know one word to that song. Now they knew that happy birthday song because they sung that at first, and then she said, "You want me to sing you my happy funny song?"
Yep.
Yeah, and the kids didn't know that.
They didn't know what was going on.
And they was looking shocked, because some of the white kids even put their hand over their mouth when she said, "You look like a monkey and you smell like one too."
Yeah.
And you live in a zoo.
She just took it too far. I think she took it too far.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
But really what they should do, I think they should take all that out of the school, all that kind of stuff.
What, the birthdays too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay to maybe give the kids, bring some cupcakes to class and everything for the birthday for them or something like that. But I know I might be kind of being harsh, but
yeah, I got you.
People will do anything to walk that fine line to be just as offensive to you as they can without actually calling you the N-word.
Right. I got you. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do see that, but like I said, coming from a different ethnic group, I could see it hurting a little bit more than if it was someone of your same ethnic group called me that. I just don't feel like anybody should call anybody that,
Yeah.
Especially the way the world is today.
Right. And I'll give you one more example, and I won't hold you. You guys ever watch like some of the NBA games, right? Mm-hmm. And you've got our favorite host on there. You got Shaquille O'Neal, you got Charles Barkley, and all that kind of stuff on there, right? Mm-hmm. And so these guys are known; they're up there to make everybody laugh in between the halftime and stuff like that. But you'll hear Charles Barkley tell Shaq, "Man, sit your ass down," right? Mm-hmm. But Shaquille is just as big as Charles, so they can say that back to each other. You sit your ass down,
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, now if it's coming from somebody that's obese, just like both of them, they can sling that word across the table or across the desk during the show as many times as they want. They get as many laughs as they want,
Right.
Or sit your big ass, the big ass or fat ass, do that,
And it's just like, I'm gonna give y'all another example. I don't know if y'all heard of this, but just here last week, Alabama State played Florida, and in Alabama State University they have a big girl squad that dances. They're black and they dance, and the commentator in Florida was on the microphone and he said look at the face of the girls of Ozempic. Ozempic, you know that the thing that make you lose weight or something like that. But that threw a firestorm, right? And he was black. He was a black man who was the commentator, and he said this about the big dancers at Alabama State when they came on the field to do their majorette dance. And, you know, they all big girls, but they can move. They can do splits. They can do cartwheels. They can do it all. But he made that joke about Ozempic or whatever that medication is that make you lose weight. You know what I'm saying? But he said they coming on the field, they the face of Ozempic or something. So everybody got offended. They couldn't even believe that he said that over the airways, because this is a game that's all on TV and everything else. Well, just yesterday, it was in the news that they did fine that school for that man making that comment. They sued Florida for making that comment to Alabama State dancers, you know. And he got on there and he said he's sorry, that he shouldn't have did that. He shouldn't have said that and things like that. But, you know, he was a black man, though he said it. So sometimes, you know, it hurted those girls coming from a black man saying it, you know. And that's what I'm saying about it's certain things you can say on the mics like that. It's certain things you can say and certain things you can't say. And that right there, just by him just saying that, caused a firestorm. If you look it up, Alabama State, Florida State has been sued for announcers' comment about the Alabama State dancers. You know, so they got fined. I think it was $10,000 or something like that. The school got fined $10,000, and the school didn't even do it. It was the announcer, but the school hired that announcer.
Yep, he's working on behalf of the school.
He's working on behalf of the school, so they sued the school.
Good. They should have.
Yeah. And so they suspended him. So,
yeah, somebody's doing their job.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying about, you know, it's just certain things that people have to watch what they say.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. So that it was sad though.
Wow.
It was sad. It was the way he said it, you know. And those are some beautiful big girls too. I mean, they are very popular though. They are very popular. When I say, because I was an Annabelle, which was a majorette in high school, and man, we had to kick and do splits and things like that. And these girls here do it with ease. I'm talking about they hit the ground with a split, turn around. They just do everything. So they are very popular, but he had to put that joke in there. You know, they comment about them. And, you know, it went all over the stadium and all over the TV airways.
Right.
And so, but those girls kept smiling and marching, and they heard it, but they still had them smiles on them face until after they finished, you know, they felt bad, you know, because they did say that they felt bad, you know, when he said that, because they was the butt of the joke. That stadium was packed.
Right.
You know, so, but anyway. All right, so I appreciate you calling in.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate
it. Appreciate it. Clay G Beats in the house. Thank you once again.
Thanks, Cafe. Appreciate you, Cafe.
Appreciate you too. All right. Okay, bro. Okay, and I take one more call if anybody want to call, but I just want to tell you all, thank you all. Yeah, that's it. Ozempics. Yep, Ozempic. That's it, Susan. Yep. That's it. Yep. So it was just an unnecessary comment that he did that really didn't make sense to say. And once again, I take one more call. It's 678-439-4517. If anybody wants to call in. And if not, we'll call it the night. But I just wanted to talk about that with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? And it's over with now. So he and you know, I don't they just said that Diddy had planned those 7 upcoming events where he talked to people and sort of be a mentor to these people. But you know, they said that he scheduled like 7 of them for the month of October, which means that, you know, the prosecutors was feeling like he felt like he was just going to get out of there today. But my thing is, his family did the same thing, right? When it became, you remember when they was finishing the trial up, you know, and they was all outside partying, and his kids was jumping in the elevator because they thought Diddy was gonna get out then, you know. Right when the trial got ready to end, they was thinking that Diddy was gonna get out, and they was saying, oh, we rented a yacht and we did this and we did that, and then come to find out, the judge said no, he got to stay. You know, he got to stay in here until his sentence. And then they all was looking sad. So what I'm saying is, sometimes I understand about they had some things planned for him when he get out, but I really would have waited until I got out before you plan anything, because it could make it look like you already predicting that I'm getting out, you know, like I'm finna walk, not thinking about what the judge could say. You just automatically assuming you're going to get out. And then at the same time, was anybody making him think that he most likely was going to go free? You know, so it's a catch 22. So it's me, Lisa Lee. Yeah, they was counting eggs before they hatch. Exactly, because they did that the same way right when that trial was over with, and they was thinking that he was going to be able to come out on bail, and he could be on bail until his sentencing. And so they was like celebrating as if he was going to be able to get bail until his sentencing, and then that didn't happen. But they did celebrate too quickly, and then the judge come in the courtroom and said, nah, bail denied. He's going to have to stay here until his sentencing. And so once again, right before his sentencing, he booked 7 events as if he was going to get out of there. You know, so I don't know. But anyway, I had a great time tonight with y'all. Bro getting out soon, and he might get out. Nouveau, he might get out. Like you said, he'll get out quick. You know, you never know. He could get out for a good time served after he do some, or he can get pardoned. It's a lot of different ways that, you know, he has hopes of getting out, you know, but that judge is standing firm, you know. But we'll see. Uncle Charles, Diddy, he went free today. Everybody got paid, and he gets to go home after all the things he's done one day. Okay. Yeah. The man did his time. Yeah, you know. He'll be out by next Christmas on good behavior. He probably will. You just never know. He got some good lawyers now. I can tell you one thing. His lawyers are not just gonna sit there. you know. But what I do say is I kind of wouldn't want to do the trial over, because if you do the trial over, you might wind up with more than the 4 years or 3 years that he have to do. You know, you just never know. And I wouldn't even want to take that chance. If I do 3 years and then have my lawyers keep working behind the scenes to try to, you know, keep pushing for good behavior, keep pushing for my programs, keep pushing to keep putting things on the books to show that I'm changing and everything like that, maybe you can get out on good behavior early, you know. But doing a retrial, that's just me. My opinion is that even those two that he was charged with could have went to 10 years apiece, which would have been 20 years. And now you done gave the prosecution and everybody else to clean up mistakes and come back harder than what they came, because they had some sloppy witnesses to me. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, you give your prosecution a little bit more power to come back with, and then you might wind up with more than 3. And I just would. That's just my opinion. You know, I'd rather come out on good behavior. Yeah, Susan said with good behavior. Yeah. Okay. Well, sending loves and hugs to everyone. Thank y'all so much for the patience with me tonight and this, because I just jumped on here because of Diddy's sentence. And I said I was gonna wait, and then I said no. I gave the Knowledge family my word and said I'd probably come on Friday or Saturday. And so I just went on ahead and came on tonight. But I will see y'all real soon. I have a lot going on. My grandkids are doing soccer, and they playing soccer every day of the week and everything. So we kind of busy, you know, and you got some more that's in other sports. And so I'm going to different games. I got 2 grandkids' birthdays this week, one this weekend and one this week coming up. So I'm kind of busy. Take care of yourself, Lady Cafe. Thank you so much, Susan. You do the same. Sending loves and hugs to you all. I really am. Love, love, love. Thank you so much, Kendall R. Thank you so much for all of your amazing support for Cafe. Appreciate it. That's all I got, y'all. So y'all have a great night. And y'all rest well. See y'all later. Gain knowledge to prevent blockage. And we all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block y'all from your goals and success. Love and hugs to the replay gang to you all. Everybody. Bye-bye.